this whole USAID shit, like, my gosh, I mean, it's just a money laundering operation from hell, as if we already didn't know this stuff.
I
But to
know.
have it spelled out for us with numbers, destinations.
And this is just the beginning.
Oh, yeah, it's just the beginning.
See, I'm not a I told you so kind of guy, but
Oh, hang on. Ah, there you go.
Called
it.
Now, if you check out the latest zombie apocalypse, I literally go through all of the stuff that's going crazy, and now we have an explanation for the beginnings of that.
So I think that your episode deserves this clip.
Fuck you! I was right! Fuck you! I was right! Fuck you! I was right!
We got to get him on the show, man.
I love all these, like the leftoids that I know. I mean, I'm not real. I don't associate with leftoids, but people who vote Democrat that I know have all been mysteriously silent for the last 72 hours. Ever since news of this really started coming out, it's been kind of joyous.
Okay, now in regards to the USAID, we'll just call it USAIDs.
Yeah, USAIDs,
because they're diseased, and you need to just cut it off to save the whole.
I hope their dicks fall off like rigs.
All right, but the thing is this is going to be the justification to start looking at all of the other departments. Next on the chopping block is Department of Education.
I want a line item audit for that shit.
And they need to work their way up to the Department of Defense, who hasn't passed an audit since the late 90s.
Yep. Oh, man. But if you or I forget, not maliciously, but just forget to declare a $600 transaction, letters, maybe a SWAT team comes to your house, even though there's no law in the books that says we owe them a dime.
Correct.
Amazing, isn't it?
And
the civil servants have forgotten their civil servants. Just a blanket greeting out there to everybody out there with a cushy government job. You answer to us, not the other way around. Get that through your thick fucking skulls. Maybe we can have a discussion. Until then, pound sand up to the fourth knuckle, faggots.
Yeah. Listen, Battle Dwarf and I are going to be ripping into this whole tax thing.
Oh, yeah.
Going all the way back to like the early 1900s.
Oh, yeah. So you can explain to everybody how, 90% of the taxes that we pay now have all been created in the last 70 years.
Correct.
Oh, yeah. But it's the billionaires that are the problem, right? And not the people who are paid a civil servant's wage who are magically millionaires and billionaires, right?
Yeah. Things need to get worked out. I mean, you shouldn't have to pay taxes on the property you already own. All right. You own the property, and you shouldn't have to pay taxes on like your cars and all the other, like some states that want you to itemize all of the shit that you own so they could tax you.
No.
Fuck off.
Suck it.
If you have to micromanage to that level so you can afford to pay for your bureaucracy, guess what's too big? The bureaucracy.
I'm glad you answered that very quickly because I could have made a joke.
Yes. And guess who's going to get investigated for the rail project in California? It's going to be glorious because billions upon billions of dollars have already been expended. There's price overruns, and I don't even believe
not one thing has been built.
Not one thing.
And the leftoids, they're all resorting to the exact same cope right now. We didn't elect Elon Musk. We didn't elect George Soros. Your point is a moot.
Well, if you own a corporation and you need to have an audit done on the books, do you elect somebody to do the audit, or you
hire an accountant?
You hire a CPA because that is his thing. Come in, go through the books, let me know what's fucked up and what's not.
Yeah. A third party who does not have skin in the game is always going to give a much more level-headed and detailed analysis than somebody who stands to lose, I don't know, their job. I always love the government. We have investigated ourselves and decided we did nothing wrong. Yeah. That is the sum and substance of the U.S. government for the last 100+ years.
And the police.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know if the police got the memo yet. Everyone has a fucking camera.
Yep.
You're required to wear fucking cameras.
You know what we need to do? We need to do like a deep fake at the end of it, and just like put random cops and stuff or whatever, or maybe like a one of those piss ass judges that Biden put on the bench, and instead of the end of Lethal Weapon 2 when he says diplomatic immunity, qualified immunity. It's just been revoked.
Yep. But I mean, everyone has a camera. I mean, literally, we have cameras that are so precise and so accurate, our eyes can't even tell the difference.
Oh, yeah. My camera that I shoot weddings with and I shoot like the pop cultures with on this show, it sees better in the dark than I do.
Yeah.
Like, that's how good these cameras have gotten.
Yeah. And like this iPhone is about 3 years-ish old.
Yeah.
And it's got like all of these lenses and shit. And it's phenomenal.
It works.
Yeah.
Does the job. For the average person who's not documenting stuff and making money off of it, works just fine.
That's right.
Ooh.
But the thing is for this country to survive the turmoil, we're going to have to deal with the fraud, waste, and abuse.
Yep.
We need to go after the people responsible for the fraud, waste, and abuse. We need to rail in qualified immunity. And then we need to go after these judges who legislate from the bench. There's no room for that at all. That's how we wound up with a lot of the shit we have going on now.
You're damn right.
Yeah. Don't man. And like, what was that one big Bruins decision that just came out? Was it about a year and a half ago?
Oh, the Bruin decision as far as the Second Amendment? Yeah.
Yeah. And we have states that are still ignoring that and crucifying guys for having guns.
Like, no, sorry.
At some point, the White House is going to have to, get an army of lawyers to go to these states and just start suing the shit out of them in federal fucking court for not following the Supreme Court.
I don't get it.
Yeah. And then what are you going to do with all the people that you threw in jail after all of these decades? We've thrown millions upon millions of people in prison for victimless crimes and bullshit that was literally made up by these alphabet agencies. We're just going to say, oh, my bad, sorry, we just wasted 10, 20, 30 years of your life. That's not really going to work out.
No.
Some of those people are probably going to get out and feel a certain way, and it's going to get ugly.
And what really pisses the shit out of me is that when you actually do try to hold these people accountable, you sue the city or whatever, who pays for it? The taxpayers.
Because of qualified immunity.
No, this qualified immunity shit needs to go bye-bye. You're a judge, you're abusing your position on the bench, you get sued personally. Well, tired of this shit.
Like, first of all, the qualified immunity applies to situations like the guy's running from the cops.
Yeah.
You run, you tackle him, take him down, he gets hurt. Okay. I can see it then. But there's like pulling people over. Yeah. Guys' hands are up, getting shot.
Yeah.
I just watched a video where the cop is like, go in your car and get your ID. And then pulls his pistol out and shoots the dude like 4 fucking times. And his hands were up. Yeah, I mean.
That's egregious as hell. I thought the chick cop in Florida pulling the dude's gun out of his pants, who was being perfectly cooperative by the trigger, was a bad idea.
That's why I don't like hammerless guns. I like to see the hammer.
Basic firearm safety, though. I mean, if you're a cop, you should know you don't grab a gun by the trigger.
You would think.
Yeah.
But again.
DEI. Sorry, what was that?
The SIG 226 has a hammer you can see. It's just that simple.
That's right. Son of a biatch. Well, we got Mario in the chat over on YouTube. Donated $10. Thank you very much. Just a heads up, Pop, that buff dude with the endless supply of baby oil you met on the gay cruise, he might be a Fed. The government might be trying to bone you in more way than one. Stay strong and God bless.
Oh, the Feds are actually trying to bone everyone.
Oh, yeah, it's a spit roasting factory out there.
Like they want to have AI micromanage and track your every fucking move.
Fuck that.
Fuck that.
Smurf my balls. Because after all, we know where our government's money is going now. And the FBI, 5,000 agents on the Trump prosecutions? Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense, right?
In my opinion, and I know some of them are probably going to get pretty pissed when I say this. I know there's probably a lot of guys on that list that probably shouldn't get sacked, but we got to set the example.
Yeah. If you didn't stand up for it, you were culpable. Or stand up against it, I should say.
Yeah, and that whole excuse, I was only following orders, that didn't work for the Nazis.
Nope.
It didn't work for Mussolini and his cronies. It's not going to work for you.
And Baba-da-boopy. Just to give you like a brief rundown, because I know you guys are going to go into this in detail on Tuesday, but it just cracks me up here. USAID, Haiti post-2010 earthquake, $1.14 billion spent on a port and power plant project promoted by President Bill Clinton. The project never built anything. Cuba, 2006 audits showed $74 million in democracy promotion funds that vanished without oversight. Afghanistan, millions squandered on health scams. Hospitals were never built. Nigeria, Chemonix, a major USAID contractor, was linked to a subcontractor's overbilling scandal. Hundreds of millions lost.
Yep.
The Kung Flu funding. USAID sent over $40 million in taxpayer money to a scientist located in Wuhan to do gain-of-function mutations. This directly led to the creation and release of the $2.5 million to DEI in Serbia, because they're totally all about that in Serbia, right?
Yeah.
Right. $70,000 Onan Irish DEI musical, because
look,
the Irish, like you do.
The Irish are.
It gets worse.
Oh, okay.
Listen to this: $47,000 on a transgender opera in Colombia.
Oh. Trans
action declined.
Oh.
$32,000 on a Troon comic book in Peru. Iraq, $20 million for an Iraqi version of Sesame Street to promote the LGBTQ WTF LOL agenda. We saw a clip of that last week.
That's not what they did with that money.
No. Egypt and Tunisia, $56 million for tourism. Sure. Jordan, $40 million for schools. Vietnam, $11 million to fight trash burning. Central America, $27 million for deportee gift bags. Sorry, we had to kick you out of our country because you're a criminal, but here's a plastic harmonica from Five Below. The fuck? The Trump lawfare, $27 million to fund left-wing prosecutions of populist political opponents around the globe, including Trump, patently illegal, and countless billions more.
And what about that prosecutor that wasn't actually supposed to be a special prosecutor? They need to pull his qualified immunity, go after him for every fucking penny.
And then you know what they do with him? There you go.
And that debt should not be discharged in bankruptcy.
Yeah.
You should wear that around your fucking neck for the rest of your life.
You're damn right.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporters Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.